Hello, friends, brothers and sisters from around the world, from around the communities of Ananda Sangha worldwide. We welcome you to this beautiful program, Light the World, a worldwide initiative launched by Ananda Sangha at the beginning of the pandemic. It is our deep joy to share with all of you this beautiful platform and to affirm our role in this world as warriors of light. With me today is Jayeeta Chakraborty, director of one of the world's largest widow welfare programs. And she's director of that program as well as trustee on the board, a beautiful, dynamic leader. And she's joining us today from the holy city of Vrindavan. This is Brahmacharini Blezy. I'm joining you all from Ananda Sangha, Pune. Let us begin with a prayer. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, great masters of self-realization, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Sri Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Sri Yukteswar Ji, beloved Guru, Paramhans Yogananda Ji, beloved Swami Kriyananda Ji, we lay the flowers of devotion at thy holy feet. Divine Masters, make us instruments of thy light in this world. We offer thee our free will, our body, mind, and spirit, that we may be channels for thee. We are thy children. Lead us from darkness to the light, from ignorance to wisdom, and from death to immortality. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let us take a few brief moments to center our attention at the point between the eyebrows, feeling, visualizing light, reminding ourselves that we are light. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you for joining us, friends. I wanted to share with all of us this beautiful story. I think many of us may have heard of it before. It is the story of the scorpion and the sage. As I was meditating for this program today, the story suddenly came to mind, and I said, okay, let me take up the beautiful lessons that we can draw from this story. So in this story, there's a sage, and he is taking his daily wash in the village pond. And in the distance, he sees a scorpion struggling in the water. And he feels compassion for the scorpion. He swims close to the scorpion, gently lifts it from the water because he knew that the scorpion does not know how to swim. If he wouldn't rescue it, it would die. So he gently lifts it in his hand. And just as he is about to place it on the shore, the scorpion suddenly stings him. And wincing in pain, he suddenly flings his hand and the scorpion is back in the water. The sage collects himself and once again swims back to the scorpion, again draws him gently into his palms and swims to the shore. Just as he is about to place it on the shore, again the scorpion stings him. Again, the sadhu, the sage, is caught unawares and the scorpion falls back into the water. After a few moments, the sage once again goes to retrieve the scorpion. And this happens a few times. And in the distance, a hunter is watching this happen. And he is curious as to why the sage continues to rescue the scorpion after being repeatedly stung by it. And he comes close to the sage and he asks, "Pardon me, my lord, but I'm curious. I wonder, the scorpion has been stinging you time and again. Why do you continue to save him? Why don't you just let him drown?" And the sage tells him, my dear friend, my nature is to help. It may be the scorpion's nature to sting, but my dharma is to help the scorpion. And I thought in this beautiful story, there are many lessons we can draw from this story. But for today's session on Light the World, I thought a few, at least a couple points that stand out in this context. The clear perception, the pure awareness of the sage that helps him to see clearly his role in that particular situation. That my nature is to help, to support. He does not identify himself or allow himself to be overcome by the situation. So he does not tell himself that the scorpion has stung me. Why should I help him? Let him drown. Like the hunter commonly was voicing the perceptions of any of us as we find ourselves in a challenging circumstance. We are fighting, we are resisting, we are rejecting. But here the sage offers us a very powerful way forward, that what is your nature? Are you full? It is our dharma, our role to fulfill our nature in every circumstance and not allow the circumstance to define our thought or action. For this is a plane of duality, and like it is a scorpion's nature to sting, in this plane of duality, it is inevitable that we are constantly faced by opposing currents of joy followed by pain, of good health followed by ill health, night by day. Everything in this world has a dual opposite. But as the teachings of yoga, as Paramahansa Yogananda ji showed us time and again, man is given the special power to rise above this plane of duality. And like the sage, if we can clearly see that we are beings of light, we need not be enslaved by circumstances, that we have the power to choose to shine the light, or we have the power to choose the way of darkness. And the story shows us very clearly through the example of the saint. Remember who we are. Remember that divine reality of light, which is always shining within us. And that one light unites all of us, even the scorpion that stings, even the challenges that circumstances, even people that hurt us or grieve us. We are all, regardless, united in that one light. Paramahansa Yogananda ji showed us time and again that while pain is inevitable in this world, we need not suffer. There is the story that Swami Kriyananda ji shares in the New Path, where Paramahansa Yogananda his foot is crushed by of the wishing well that falls from the hand of the monks who are shifting that well. And for a moment, he was in deep pain. And then he instantly realized that this was a great opportunity to show that these teachings are real and they work. And he said, now, he told his disciples, now I'll show you something. I'm going to withdraw my energy from my foot and bring it to this point between the eyebrows. And he did it, and instantly his pain vanished, and he was walking up and down, laughing with the monks. And then he paused and he said, now I'm going to bring the energy back into my foot. And again, he was in deep pain. He couldn't move. He did this a few times just to demonstrate to the disciples that as beings of light, as children of light, that light has the power. That light has the power to heal darkness. That light has the power to cast out fear, uncertainty, pain. That light has the power to draw to us goodness and the inner courage and strength to give goodness, regardless of the fact that we are constantly stung by the laws of duality. But let us remember that, friends, that we are children of the light, and it is our nature. It is our deep inner reality of light. That is our true strength. That is our true power. And the more we call upon that light to flow through us, the more we demonstrate that light in our thoughts, in our actions, the more that light finds a channel with which, through which it can flow into this world. And that is why I feel deeply grateful for this beautiful initiative launched by Ananda Sangha worldwide, that when all of us get together, and send out this beautiful power of light into the world is uplifted. So, with that, friends, let us close our eyes, keeping our spine erect, gently gazing up at the point between the eyebrows. Affirm that light, seek that light. As Yogananda ji writes in the autobiography, what is behind the darkness of closed eyes? And he saw that powerful light declare itself, I am Ishvara, I am light. That light is constantly shining, waiting for us to open the door and look beyond the darkness. Feel the breath. Allow that breath to help you feel the presence of God. For the breath is an instrument of God. God flowing through us. Hong Saw, I am spirit. The song of the spirit constantly playing through us. With each breath, let us with conscious determination and intention feel in the breath the shining light of God. As it enters our body, feel that light permeating every cell, tissue, muscles, bones. Reminding ourselves, I am that light. I am light. Let us now expand this light beyond our little form. Visualize, feel that light flowing out into the world, uniting us with all things in creation. For we are a part of all that is, and everything is a part of us. Feel that oneness. I will now invite Jayeeta to share the affirmation with us, and we will affirm together. The affirmation for warriors of the light.
We will do this affirmation now together. We will do the affirmation loudly first, then softly, then in a whisper, and then mentally. Throughout this affirmation, keep your eyes closed and your gaze focused at the point between the eyebrows. Let us affirm together, loudly, God's light is within me and around me.
God's light is within me and around me.
With the sword of faith in my hand,
With the sword of faith in my hand.
with the love of God in my heart,
With the love of God in my heart.
I am a warrior of light.
I am a warrior of light.
I join my brothers and sisters everywhere
I join my brothers and sisters everywhere
to overcome fear with faith,
to overcome fear with faith,
hatred with love,
hatred with love,
and disease with health.
and disease with health.
Let us fill the world
Let us fill the world
with God's light.
with God's light.
Softly, God's light is within me and around me.
God's light is within me and around me.
With the sword of faith in my hand,
With the sword of faith in my hands,
with the love of God in my heart,
with the love of God in my heart,
I am a warrior of light.
I am a warrior of light.
I join my brothers and sisters everywhere
I join my brothers and sisters everywhere
to overcome fear with faith,
to overcome fear with faith,
hatred with love,
hatred with love,
and disease with health.
and disease with health.
Let us fill the world
Let us fill the world
with God's light.
with God's light.
Now, in a whisper, God's light is within me and around me. With the sword of faith in my hand, with the love of God in my heart, I am a warrior of light. I join my brothers and sisters everywhere to overcome fear with faith, hatred with love, and disease with health. Let us fill the world with God's light. Now mentally, deeply focus at the point between your eyebrows without moving your tongue, only in your mind. Affirm with me. God's light is within me and around me. With the sword of faith in my hand, with the love of God in my heart, I am a warrior of light. I join my brothers and sisters everywhere to overcome fear with faith, hatred with love, and disease with health. Let us fill the world with God's light. Let us fill the world with God's light. Let us fill the world with God's light. Keeping this affirmation deeply in our hearts, in our minds, and in our souls. Let us see God's light illuminating all that it reaches. Call upon this light so that it uplifts each one of us. Let us send this light out to all whom we know and all whom we don't know, to the entire world. Let us rub our hands together and we will chant Om 3 times. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Be warriors of light. Be the light. Joy to you all. Om.